What's up everybody, King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. So one of my Patreons came up with a question, am I too late for Xen? So you can see right here, Xen is up 50% on the day, 800% on the month, 8x if you bought a month ago. So the short answer that I'm going to come up with at the end of this video is pretty much no, with a little asterisk, because Xen is still very, very hard to predict, and I think it's still going to be very volatile over the next couple of months, and year or so, as the Xen ecosystem evolves. There's a lot to unpack here. If you guys haven't been following along with Xen, I'm going to talk about a lot of different things that have been going on, why it's sort of up 58% right now and rising, and just some other community points to bring up about Xen. So stick around for the whole video if you need to get caught up, or if you're just interested in hearing more information about Xen. So like I said before, right now the token is sitting at 58% up right now. There's a lot of development that has been going on with the Xen ecosystem. So when I last talked about Xen, it was just a coin that you could mint and kind of sit on for a long term and wait for things to happen. Things have been happening at a rapid pace in terms of development for Xen. People have been making projects related to Xen, like Xen on Mars, the meme coin for Xen, and this is the big kicker for kind of the week. One of the reasons why Xen is up so high, DBXen, which we'll talk about in a little bit in this video. And as we can see again, if we go to ultrasound.money or even just looking at Etherscan, Xen is one of the top burners of the entire Ethereum ecosystem overall to date right now. It did have a long cool-off period. We can take a look at the Xen price over the past 180 days, and we can see that we had a pretty long cool-off period where people were not super hyped about Xen, but I think with the DBXen and with a lot of other things that are coming out, people are hyped again. Let me show you guys my statistics right now. This will be your first indicator that it's not too late to jump into Xen, and honestly, I do think that many people don't know about this. So if you're watching this video now, congratulations. You're one of the very few people that know about Xen before it does go super viral, if that does happen. So I think that that is one of the main factors of saying that you're still early. But I haven't really been doing much with it myself personally. I've been sitting on the sidelines. I haven't gotten into DBXen or anything like that for other reasons. But nonetheless, I did do a pretty large mint in the beginning of this thing. My total investment, I spent $394 in gas fees to mint about $14,000 worth of Xen, which will be accessible, I think, in close to about 365 days. I put a year's time span, and this was maybe 4 or 5 months ago when I did this. So coming soon in the next couple months, I'm going to have access to that, and who knows if the price of Xen is going to continue to go up 50% daily. This $14,000 could be $50,000. It could be a lot higher. It could also be a lot lower. We'll talk about the price of Xen potentially depreciating over time. I don't think it's going to go mooning forever. We'll talk about some of those reasons why, but nonetheless, this is a really, really good return. Even if we see a 50% retracement, I'm still looking at $7,000, a $7,000 return on a $300 investment, $400 investment, so not too shabby. So if you're looking to mint more Xen just the classic way, whether you're minting with the coin batch minter or on this website here, or if you're just doing NFT mints, this is still, I think, a good potential move for people who want to position themselves in having lots and lots of Xen in the long term. We can look at some other statistics here before I move on. This is the Xen Mint calculator. I'll mention what these links are. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them in the description below because you can find a lot of this stuff on your own. But the websites we've been looking at so far, this is Xen.network, the main website. You can find that on CoinGecko. This is XenTurbo.io, which is a really, really good site to see your own statistics and some more statistics about Xen as far as what you minted. And this website right here is called Xenmon, Z-E-N, or Xenmon.com. So this is the calculator for Xen, so you can kind of project and see what could I make if I decided to jump into this right now. So this is projecting that you're doing a mint of 365 days. You can change these numbers around on your own if you want to do it for less or more time. And let's just say you're going to mint 50 machines, or use 50 different wallets for your Xen, and there's going to be an average of 20 million people that come after you. You might say, King of Fomo, how did you come up with the number 20 million? Well, let me scroll down here, and it says right here in the Ethereum chain, there's about 57,350 new users every day on average. So when you click on these numbers, it actually automatically automatically fills it in for you in terms of how many days you're going to be waiting. It'll say if the average continues, this is how many people will be after you. And another thing to keep in mind, guys, this is not people. This is not 20 million people. This is 20 million wallets. So, I mean, obviously 20 million people would be pretty insane, but if you're minting 50 wallets on your own, that counts as 50 users, right? So that's something to take note of for this number. But nonetheless, if you look at this number and you kind of do the average, you're minting 50, you're doing 365 days, it gives you the number of what you're going to be spending. So the gas cost is going to be about $1,000, a little over $1,000, whether you're doing the regular method of minting or the NFT method of minting. And you're going to be getting approximately a reward of $9,000 back at the end of your 365 days, provided the price of Xen stays the same. So is it still too late to join Xen? According to this calculator, and if you do believe in the price of Xen right now as being realistic for the price of Xen 1 year from now, it is definitely not too late. You're looking at close to a 9x return from whatever mint you're doing with just 50 wallets. If you do more, you're looking at potentially more than that. Now, full disclaimer right now, you guys definitely should look at the gas fees before you do any type of Xen mints. Right now, we're in a hype phase, and honestly, I think hype phases are not the best moments to mint Xen, because gas fees will push your cost up dramatically. And instead of paying, like right here, it says it's going to cost you $1,000 to mint all of this. If you wait until the hype craze dies down a little bit, you could spend maybe $500 on this and still get a return of $9,000. So you and multiply that out. If you're going to be doing more, you can spend $1,000 and get double the return. So definitely pay attention to the gas fees in terms of what you want to do for minting this stuff. Don't go FOMOing in right away. Do your research. This is a coin that I would not tread lightly on without doing research. There's a lot of big mistakes you can make with this if you don't research. All right, so that is the first sort of concept I wanted to bring up for Am I Too Late for Xen? Here's the next concept that you guys can take a look at if you haven't been following along with DBXen. DBXen, it sort of reminds me of Proof of Weekends, but it's a lot different than that. So don't go running away yet if you remember P3D. But it has similar aspects to that. So DBXen is a different token, but it's tied to Xen. And essentially what you're doing is, in order to get these DBXen tokens, you are going to pay two things. One of the things is you're going to pay Xen. So you need to have Xen on hand. So for one batch of DBXen tokens, you're going to need 2.5 million Xen, which is currently valued at, let's see how much that is. 2.5 million Xen is about $2. No, it's 250,000, about $20 of Xen just for one batch. So that's how you get into this thing. You pay the $20 worth of Xen plus a pretty large gas fee for each of these things. And the caveat here, this isn't going to be a DBXen tutorial, maybe I'll do another video on that, but the caveat here, guys, is the more batches you do, the less expensive it's going to be with fees. So if you decide to do 10 batches or 100 batches, it's going to cost you a lot more in Xen. So instead of $20, it's going to cost you $2,000 for 100 batches, and the gas fees are going to be almost 2 Ethereum for that. I'm sorry, one Ethereum for the total transaction cost. And the thing you have to keep in mind, guys, is most of that gas fee is actually going to the protocol fee. So what is this protocol fee? This is the piece of the pie that you're going to be getting every single day if you decide to get into DBXen. So the earlier the better with this thing. That's kind of what it is. And that's where the FOMO is coming into right now. I think a lot of people are FOMOing into DBXen because of that. The earlier the better kind of rule with this. And what that means is if you have a ton of DBXen, everyone else who's coming in after you will be adding to that protocol fee, and you're going to get a piece of that protocol fee depending on how much DBXen you have. That's the gist about how this thing works. Now, it's not entirely Ponzi-esque if you're looking at it and think about it, this is a Ponzi, because you can get out, right? You can take your DBXen out at any point in time, and it's not going to, like, unlike P3D, when you did that with P3D and you bought a huge chunk of DBXen in the beginning and you decided to dump on everyone got screwed over. That's not the case with DBXen. If you had a huge chunk of the pie in the beginning and you decide to cash out your DBXen, you're just going to stop earning that protocol fee. You're not going to kill the protocol fee or kill the price of anything too much, because people are getting DBXen for this protocol fee. This is the main reason why they're doing this. Some other things to keep in mind before I do my tutorial, if you're going to jump into DBXen right away, definitely look at this white paper. This white paper explains most of it, but when you do buy your batches, there's two things that the founder said that you want to do. Number one is to collect daily for your Ethereum. That's just best practice. You don't want to keep Ethereum, like, you don't want to keep dashboard money, because we've all seen dashboard money disappear for unknown reasons. And I'm not saying that the dashboard money will disappear, but you want to have the Ethereum in your wallet. That's just smart to do. So try to claim daily, unless gas fees are insane, then you can wait a couple days, obviously. This other one down here where it says your rewards, you don't want to click this button unless you're done, because it's going to automatically stake your DBXen once you get your batches, and you'll automatically be earning some of this protocol fee share. If you decide to buy Xen on your own, or DBXen on your own, and you can stake it, you can do that as well. It's going to take a couple extra hours for you to start earning from there. But that's the gist about how this program works. If you understood that, great. If you did not understand that, let me know in the comment section if you want me to make a tutorial video on how DBXen works. Personally, I'm going to try and jump into this once the gas fees reduce a little bit. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. And if the craziness of the price of these tokens doesn't go too crazy in the long run. So that's the gist of everything, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's talk about some of the negative points of Xen before you go FOMOing and say, wow, 50%, 61%, it just keeps rising. It's just getting better and better. Before you jump into it like crazy, as you're seeing right now, the massive rise, I'm a little skeptical about the price of Xen. You know, I've been a proponent of saying Xen is in price discovery for a year, and I refuse to really purchase Xen until that price discovery comes through. The only reason really you should be purchasing Xen if you're going to do something with it. Now, if that thing that you're going to do with it is just gamble and wait for like a 10x to happen overnight or a 2x to happen overnight, then just so be it. That's your thing. That could happen for sure. But you have to also be prepared for a massive dump with Xen. And that's because a lot of wonky things are happening with the price of the token. And those wonky things are attributed partly due to the fact that DBXen exists. And people are trying to get these protocol fees. So you always got to be careful when wonky things are happening in crypto. You can have some massive price swings up and down. So don't get caught with your pants down if you purchase some Xen right now at 60 plus 61%, and tomorrow it's down 85%. But let me just say this, if that does happen, if Xen does dump dramatically, my long-term plan is still in play here. I still think that there's a lot of upward potential for Xen in the long run with the development of everything in the ecosystem, and just with the way that the coin was originally designed, right? Over time, there's going to be less Xen distributed. Right now, there's a massive amount being distributed to everyone every single day, and that's going to decrease over the next couple years, and that's when Xen, I think, is going to get its real price discovery and its real value. So that right now is sort of the gambly value if you're looking at the price going insane right now. So like I said, I'm prepared for an 80% drop overnight. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys think I missed anything about Xen. And of course, like I said, just really dig into this before you jump into it. I'm trying to really stress that, because I know people can easily get screwed over when they see big numbers on the screen. You need to look at gas fees to understand what you're doing, so you're not overpaying for anything. You need to understand how Xen's price is going to move over a long period of time, and you need to just come up with a strategy. Especially if you're doing something short-term, come up with a short-term strategy and figure out if it's going to work, and, you know, own your decision. If it works for you, great. Congratulations, that was all you. If it does not work out for you, you know, you learn from your mistakes. All right, guys, that is everything for today. Let me know, like I said, let me know if you guys want me to make more content about Xen as this thing is heating up. Personally, I'll probably be making a lot more content once the hype dies down a little bit and we dump a little more. But nonetheless, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're not a Patreon member, consider becoming a Patreon to get access to my videos earlier than everyone else here on YouTube. I'll catch you in the next one. I might release this video only a couple hours early for everyone else, because like I said, this volatility is probably gonna change a lot over the next day. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.